Juicy and raw, juicy and raw. Checking the mic. Juicy and raw. All right. Welcome in. Welcome to Juicy and Raw, the podcast where discipline meets self love. This is a space for honest conversations about nourishment, growth, boundaries, and becoming the kind of person who actually follows through on what they say matters. Because most of us don't struggle with knowing what to do. We struggle with doing it consistently without burning ourselves out, shaming ourselves, or starting over every Monday. Here we talk about plant based living, raw foods, juicing, mindset, and the daily practices that support real healing. Not perfection, not extremes, and definitely not punishment disguised as wellness. This isn't about doing more. This is about doing what actually supports your body, your mind, and your life, and doing it on repeat. If you are ready to build discipline without self judgment, to choose consistency over intensity, and create habits that feel aligned instead of exhausting, you are in the right place. This is Juicy and Raw. Let's start with something honest. And it might be uncomfortable. Most of the time, the thing standing between you and the life you say you want is not a lack of resources. It's not bad luck. It's not even fear. It's delay. Not because you're lazy, not because you don't care, but because delay feels safer than movement. This episode isn't about shaming you for that. It's about helping you see it clearly so you can stop doing it unconsciously because you are not stuck. You are pausing yourself. Delay often disguises itself as preparation. Here's how delay usually shows up. I just need a little more clarity. I'm waiting for the right timing. I want to be more confident first. I need to heal one more thing. I'm just not quite ready yet. All of that sounds reasonable, responsible even. But let me say this gently. Preparation becomes procrastination when it has no end date. Growth does not require perfect readiness. It requires movement with incomplete information. And the longer you wait to feel ready, the more progress you postpone. You don't delay because you can't handle growth. You're delaying because growth disrupts familiar patterns. Growth requires new decisions. Growth invites discomfort. Growth even asks you to let go of who you've been. Delay is not weakness, it's a coping strategy. It's one that keeps you safe and small, I might add. The cost of delay is subtle, but it's real. Delay quietly costs you momentum, self trust, confidence, clarity. Every time you hesitate on something you know you want, you send yourself a message. I don't trust myself yet. That message accumulates. And over time, it doesn't just slow your progress, it erodes your belief in your own ability to move. That's the real danger. Manifestation doesn't respond to intention alone. It responds to alignment in motion, not just what you think, not just what you journal, not just affirmations, but what you do repeatedly. If your actions are always almost, soon, eventually, that is the frequency that you are reinforcing. The universe doesn't respond to wishful thinking. It responds to consistent direction. Delay feels like control, but it's actually avoidance. A lot of people delay because they believe waiting keeps them in control. If I don't move yet, I can't mess it up. If I don't decide yet, I can't be wrong. If I don't start yet, I can't fail. But here's the truth, not choosing is still a choice. Thank you so much, Kylie Chip, for tuning in. Not choosing is a choice, and it comes with consequences. You don't risk You don't avoid risk by delaying. You simply choose a different risk, right? The risk of stagnation. You already have enough information. Most people are not stuck because they lack information. They're stuck because they're over-informed and under-implemented. I appreciate that. You already know what drains you, what excites you, what needs to change, what you've outgrown. Clarity does not come from more thinking. It comes from movement. Progress does not arrive fully formed. It reveals itself as you move. Confidence does not come first. Courage doesn't come first. Certainty doesn't come first. action does. Waiting to feel ready is like waiting to feel strong before lifting the weight. Strength is built in the doing. Delay keeps your nervous system calm in the short term, but over time, it creates frustration, restlessness, low grade dissatisfaction, a sense of being behind. That's not intuition telling you to wait. That's your deeper self asking you to move. Discomfort is not always a warning. Sometimes it's a signal that you're overdue. You don't need permission to progress. A lot of people delay because they're waiting for approval, validation, reassurance, confirmation from other people. No one is coming to hand you permission. Progress is self-authorized, and waiting for external validation only postpones the life you're meant to live. You got to name where you're delaying. Ask yourself that honestly. Where am I delaying something I already know I need to do? Not 10 things, just one. Write it down. Specifics matter. What are you afraid will happen if you move forward? Loss? Failure? Judgment? Responsibility? Ooh, maybe change will happen. Ooh. Delay isn't random. It's protecting you from something. Once you name that, it loses its grip. And progress does not require a leap. It only requires a step. You don't need to take a giant leap. Just a clear step. Small enough to feel manageable, but real enough to count. Waiting for a big motivation is just another form of delay. Momentum is created by action, not the other way around. You can pick just one action. It doesn't have to be perfect. It doesn't have to be complete. Just forward progress. Send the email. Schedule the thing. Start the draft. Have the conversation. Create the outline. Movement breaks stagnation faster than thinking ever will. Sometimes you delay because moving forward requires letting go of an old identity, the version of you who stayed quiet, stayed safe, stayed small, stayed agreeable. Progress often asks you to become unfamiliar to yourself. That can feel destabilizing. But staying the same, eventually it feels way worse. You're not late. You're not failing. You're not broken. You're just on pause. And pauses can be intentional or they can be habitual. This episode, let it be a sign to unpause yourself gently, but deliberately, intentionally. And manifestation isn't pretending that everything is perfect. It's acting in alignment with where you're going, even before you feel fully ready. Act as if you are in alignment. with where you're going. That means making space, changing habits, saying no to misaligned things, saying yes to growth. Energy follows action, not the other way around. All this endless research, waiting for feedback, overthinking. I asked you guys that poll in the community. What is something that is causing you delay? Is it overthinking? A lot of people answer overthinking. Replanning, talking instead of doing. Commit to interrupting that pattern. If not tonight, give it a go tomorrow. Not forever, but just that one time. Just disrupt that pattern. Endless research, overthinking, replanning over and over again, just talking about it, but not being about it. Interrupt that. Do something different. That's how momentum starts. Many people think they'll start once life calms down, once they catch up, once things settle, once they feel more stable. But growth does not wait for the perfect conditions. If you wait for calm before movement, you are going to be waiting a long time, indefinitely. Sometimes the movement creates the calm. This isn't about rushing. It's about being honest with yourself, honest about what you want, what you're avoiding, what you already know. Honesty beats urgency every time. Redefine what ready means to you. What does ready mean to you? I don't need to feel ready. I need to feel capable, willing, committed, curious. Ready is a moving target. Commitment is not. Here's the real reward of stopping delay, of unpausing, self-trust. Every time you follow through, even imperfectly, you reinforce the belief that you can rely on yourself. That belief changes everything. You are not being blocked. You are not being punished. You are not waiting for a sign. You are delaying your own progress. And the moment you stop doing that, gently, imperfectly, intentionally, things begin to move. This is Juicy and Raw. This is where discipline means choosing movement over avoidance. And self-love means trusting yourself enough to begin. Take what resonates, leave what doesn't. And tonight or today, whenever you're watching the replay, ask yourself honestly, what would change if I stopped postponing the life I keep saying I want? What would change if I stopped postponing the life I keep saying I want? You don't need the full answer. Mm-mm. You just need the first step. Thank you so much kindly for tuning in and tapping in. I'll see you in the next one.